I'm going to demonstrate to you how to make a football in Africa. First of all, you need ingredients. Most important is you need a condom.
Umoja ni nguvu, utengano ni udhaifu. Sounds a little too potent of a saying for a story about 5 kids who travel about 4,500 kilometers, give or take, from Rwanda to South Africa to attend the World Cup. But then again, this is the story of a child whose dream isn't supported by their parents, traveling with 2 orphans, a child soldier and a child prostitute. So this saying is exactly what this story might actually need. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Africa United, the team with the dream, or better yet known as the movie that most Africans don't remember. Or do you? I'm your host, Uncle Omari. Welcome to AER for another Af Review, which is a playlist on this channel dedicated to the review of African art. So be sure to leave some suggestions in the comment section down below for what you would like to see in the future of this channel. Africa United, a story about 5 kids attending the World Cup, was released in 2010, a year that, shouldn't shock you, was the year that South Africa hosted the World Cup. If you've seen this movie, you'll probably say that is not a football movie. But for anybody who watches football, you would know that football has 2 fundamental things you need: a team and some balls. And this movie has both. Throughout the runtime of this movie, this ensemble cast forms bonds that makes them more and more a team. And anybody who can take a trip about 5,000 kilometers long without a solid plan definitely has some balls. I won't lie though, for the most part of this movie, it is a straight up PSA for HIV and AIDS. And the movie does pause from time to time to just spell it out for you.
Be self-sexy.
Here, Africa, wrap it up.
Do you use a condom, Mama? You can have this one if you like. It's extra strong for extra pleasure.
Does this constant message pushing make this a bad movie though? Not at all. It does detract from the feel of the movie at times, sure, but there is an importance in the pushing of these messages, and there can be made an argument that there is that same importance right now. If you would indulge me, I would like to talk a little bit about the artistry in this filmmaking. For example, I really enjoy the choice of shots for the journey. Not really sure if they filmed all these shots in their respective unique country locations, but I do applaud the decision to not really rely on major city centers and monuments, but to just take the time to travel through more natural and rural landscapes for most of the movie's runtime. These scenic shots actually elevate the cinematography of this movie. I do believe that this decision had major input from the writing team as well, as the decision in and of itself does answer the question of how these 5 children are making it from country to country without encountering border control. Another thing I love about this movie is how they employ the art of storytelling into it.
A long time ago, maybe 1,000,000,000 years ago,
these scenes do inject a little bit of levity into the story's flow, and the use of stop-motion animation to depict the storytelling sequences is just a brilliant artistic choice. So I would be remiss to not applaud the animation team. There is a link down in the description below. You can check it out and see how the animators actually did make the trip to Rwanda, and they had collaborative sessions with the children to kind of pick out what imaginative creations they could use to depict Dudu's storytelling. I would also have to applaud the acting performances by these child actors who are no longer children. This movie is 12 years old by now, and while there is a strain in the line delivery, I do feel like they did do their best. Like Celeste, who is actually of United Kingdom origin, is the one who initiates the Swahili praise and worship song, and she does a decent job. Which brings me to another nitpick. I would have maybe enjoyed it if more of the other actors would have spoken more of their native languages to just make this world feel more lived in. Hey, That's my honest opinion. I would be lying if I said that the immunodeficiency disease is the only question that characterizes this whole film. Actually, that plot point mostly ties down the orphans. Not even the orphans, that's mostly just Dudu. For example, Dudu's sister does have her own story arc that revolves around African girl child education and how that would impact her future in the medical field, thus saving others from the same fate that befell her parents as well as her brother. We have the tale of the emancipation of a young African beauty in the story of Celeste, who is broken free from a cycle of child abuse by her employer. We have the story arc of Foreman George as he goes from child soldier to, well, anything but that, as he tries to free himself from the impact and influences of what a war-torn lifestyle has imparted on his life.
Am I going to be in the story?
And finally, we also have the tale of a young African boy who dared to dream and how through his long, arduous journey, he finally makes it to the World Cup. This was totally not about me. But all jokes aside, this is actually a legit team. They do grow together and they do help each other out throughout this journey, which is so wholesome. See, for a movie about getting Fabrice to join the dream team, this was not Africa United. Well, not quite. This was. The story wasn't about getting these kids who have the same talent together. This movie was about taking people with various differences and showing that we can be unified by greater causes. And this dream team isn't just limited to these 5 main characters. There are these other auxiliary characters who do a bunch of things to help this group of youngsters get to their destination. 2022 was a fantastic year for Africa. Again, in the World Cup. All 5 qualifiers from Africa managed to put up a fantastic show and actually disappointed footballing contemporaries on the grandest world stage, and it was epic. And even more than that, something glorious happened. An unexpected team from an unexpected continent just kept on going, surpassing insurmountable odds and reaching new heights. The performances by the Moroccan national team in the Qatar edition of the FIFA World Cup 2022 have set the benchmark for what African teams can aspire towards. The ceiling of what was previously possible was broken, and now we can set our sights onto the claiming of this prestigious title the next time we compete for it. But why stop there? Why stop at sports? Why not elevate ourselves as Africans through that same continent-wide, worldwide support and do better, be better, achieve better? I say, why not? Nobody can stop reggae. Nobody can stop Africa united. Umoja ni nguvu, utengano ni udhaifu. I may not have the largest of audiences at the moment, but this is a message that I feel should be put out there. Let us be able to support each other as Africans in Africa, outside Africa, as non-Africans who just love people, for limits can be broken with the right kind of unity.
What, Danny? Africa United.
This is pretty much the core of this channel, which aims to celebrate and appreciate African art. So be sure to support your local artists, get that locally produced product, and ensure your neighbor, your teammate, that you got their backs throughout this 2023. And hey, if you get any more of that love and unity still left over, do spread it my way. Be sure to watch the other videos on this channel, like this video if you enjoyed it, be sure to share with your fellow African buddies, comment down below, and as always, you are welcome to this beautiful community. So, subscribe to AER for more rants, raves, and randy reviews. Till then, it's been your soon-to-be favorite Uncle Omari, and I wish to see you all in the next one.
This is how you repay me? After everything I do for you. Run! Shut up!